We've already discussed different types of businesses, and one of the things we did not discuss yet are conglomerates. And so today let's talk about what they are and whether they're still relevant in today's business environment. So once again, if you're going to make business decisions based on this, make sure you have the current information. Laws are constantly changing. What is a conglomerate? Well, it's usually a very large corporation composed of several very unrelated businesses or subsidiaries, and they operate in different industries, and they're managed under a parent company. So past examples have been like ITT, General Electric, and Teneco. So this is an example of Teneco in the 1980s, the type of things they managed under their portfolio, if you will. So the purpose of a conglomerate. So why have this? Why have a company that's composed of all these different parts? Well, you're creating a portfolio, it's often called a basket, of companies in different industries so that when one industry is down, another one is up, and some of them will be flat, and so on. So on the average, you're getting a stable, consistent, and reliable return on investment. You buy one stock. So, for example, you would buy Teneco in 1980, you'd buy Teneco, and you'd get all these different industries in your portfolio. So, for example, travel and hospitality and home entertainment move in opposite directions. In good economic times, travel, hotels, all that, they're fully booked, they're doing very well. So they see vastly increased demand, but when times are bad, it flips. It goes the opposite direction. And what happens is things like home entertainment, Netflix, people watching their TVs, gaming and so forth become a lot more popular while the hotel and travel goes down. Another example is luxury goods versus discount retailers. In good times, people buy things like Rolexes and expensive bags because people have more disposable incomes and their income is more stable and secure. And when things go bad, people go to discount places like Walmart, Dollar Tree, and so forth. The question is, are conglomerates still relevant today? And let's do an example. Say we have 3 stocks that are available on the stock market today. We have A Corporation, which manufactures airplanes, B Corporation, which manufactures baby stuff, and C Corporation, which manufactures cement. So we have 2 scenarios. We can choose to buy these 3 stocks and put them in our portfolio, our individual portfolio like this, or we can wait for our made-up corporation to buy these 3 companies, and then we buy this 1 share of stock. So what's the difference? Well, in one, we have choice. We can choose which of these to buy, but the other thing is we have to have the investment skill to do that, and the last thing, of course, it's easier just to buy the 1 stock. So what's been happening over the last 40-some years is conglomerates have faded away. And I mean, in a less developed financial market, they make sense because they offer a way to buy a reliable investment, buy a trusted set of management. And so you could go out and you could say, okay, Teneco of the 1980s, I buy that, and it was a steady returner on investment. But in a more mature, regulated and stable financial market, conglomerates just don't have the value because I can go out and I can buy all these companies individually. I can see what they're doing. I can buy them. If one industry isn't doing well, I can easily divest that. I can just, say that automotive is down. I can just not have that in my portfolio. I can easily sell it. Now, can a conglomerate do that? Can they go out and easily sell a whole company? No, the answer is no. So you can be much more nimble in your own choices than a conglomerate can. And the executives in a conglomerate have to be experts in everything. But in fact, they usually end up to be generalists. So they're chasing one industry to the next. They don't have the time to manage each of the individual parts of their conglomerate as, say, the individual executives of each of those individual firms. So executives of successful individual companies like X, Y, or Z, they will have greater expertise in their fields. So in the 1980s, the conglomerate started to decline. Part of that was deregulation, but again, it's the other factors we just talked about. So that was Teneco. In the late 1990s, early 2000s, ITT broke up. They were another conglomerate. They started out in communications and they got everything. Then they gradually divested all those. And more recently, 2015 to 2020 time range, General Electric has gone from being a conglomerate to being more focused in certain areas. So we can look over here at Teneco of today, and we can compare that as Teneco of the yesterdays. And you can see here they were in just everything from shipbuilding. They were building nuclear submarines, packaging, food, real estate, automotive shocks, chemicals, gas pipelines, gasoline, and all this. Today, they're pretty much just an automotive company. They sell parts for cars. And that's it for conglomerates. Okay, on to the next video.